Once, I was a girl in history class, learning about the benefits of colonization, wondering how we, who had lost so much, who had been subjected to slavery and colonization, were forced to learn that there was benefit to us as a good idea. That every African child must at least 6 benefits of colonization in order to pass history class. And as they spoke of introduction of Western education, I wondered, are the generations of knowledge that had been passed down to grandchild, generation to generation, lost after years of being stored in our tongues? As they spoke of cash crops, I longed for a time when my people were self-sufficient, when they had enough to feed themselves and the travelers passing through their land. As my tongue was only forced to train in the English language in the school system, my heart longed for the freedom of my mother's tongue, for the child who did not have to perform to be received, to be accepted. As they spoke, I wondered, what had we lost? But now, I know what it was in those history classes. It was the West burying their head in the sand, refusing to accept what they had done to Africa. It was the West convincing themselves it was not all bad. Surely, in all those years, we must have done something good. We must have left something good in African soul. And so, child of African descent is taught they left something good. And when you remember, you must remember these two. They left something good. And when you remember, you must remember these two. But our memory refuses to be programmed. Our ancestors' blood calls us from the soil. Remember, it says, remember, child, that the soil still bleeds where the borders were drawn. The soil still bleeds where the borders were drawn. Our rivers and oceans still answer to names that do not belong to them. The sea, my child, it still weeps our brothers and sisters stolen from our land, echoing the songs they sang, songs of a land to which they would not return. My ancestors whisper, speak, child, speak boldly. Stand with truth rooted in memory. This land that is both cradle and grave will only begin to heal when justice reckons with the harrowing truth. And so we gather, scholars, dreamers, leaders, poets. We gather as witnesses. We bring our hopes, our papers, our data, but also our ghosts, also our questions. What does it mean to repair? When you owe a debt in blood, that which you cannot repay, how do you begin to make amends? O children of the land, you who have gathered, what shall you demand? Will you dare to speak without biting your tongues? Will you dare to name what was broken? Will we dare to look beneath these old wounds, rotting and reeking from years of neglect? Because the truth is, we have been here before, beneath new flags and old wounds. Yeah, before, but this time, may we be the ancestors echoing return. May we be the drum awakening. May we reclaim our voice in art, in policy, in land reforms. May we reclaim our voices to rebuild what has always been. The truth is, we have been here before. But this time, may we stay long enough for the land to forgive us. This time, may we stay long enough for the land to heal. Kai mwega, mamokeri madairo, mamokeri magangana mandairo, gayore tinge hotonedo, mwene nyaga, pakohoya, yokana nats.